who are looking to identify who's talking about them, what are they saying, what it's being said that potentially could have some traction, and a lot of uses for things like unboxing videos. Apparently, that seems to be a pretty big ticket item with individuals before they make a purchase to actually look at an unboxing video. So, how does a brand actually find who's doing these unboxing videos about their product? Well, their technology, their product, viral allows those brands to do that. I found that really interesting, very timely for what's going on today with video, millions of video, massive content, and no way to truly curate it. Google doesn't really index and search the voice, so viral is a great solution for that. We can talk a little bit more about that. Anything that stood out for you guys on that particular top show?
I unfortunately didn't get to co-host, but I can say unboxing, I think that's genius. As a mother, I myself am not much of a shopper, but I do have an 8-year-old who loves toys, and it blows my mind at how popular and how she can just sit there and watch like other people open toys and play with toys. And that's just an 8-year-old. So I see the applications here, the fascination.
Well, so, I mean, it's interesting. That's just one of the applications, but I've been known to look at unboxing videos because I want to see the product, especially if I'm purchasing something from someone new who perhaps doesn't have that many reviews. It's a good way to see what does it look like and what's the process of, in some cases, putting it together. So the fact that you can find this, because somebody could put that about your brand and your product and you don't even know about it. So the fact that you can now find it, curate it, and then use that as a tool for marketing is excellent. The next day, we talk with Jeff Allen, who's the CEO and founder of Well Learning Library. Jeff has been a guest of Dojo Live in the past, and we were talking specifically about healthy people, healthy buildings, and a healthy environment. The role that the way we take care of ourselves and also our surroundings, where we live, how we live, our office spaces, those things can impact our productivity, can impact our state of mind. I've always believed like where you live and what you do can make a big difference in terms of your moods and how you act. So what do you guys think about that show? Anything come up for you guys during that show?
Yeah, well, I got my own take on that, but Kim, I'd like to.
My connection is breaking up.
You want to go ahead, Kim? Hello? Kim? I think we lost
breaking up.
Yeah,
sure. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Sorry, my connection's breaking up. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you, Kim.
Okay, perfect. So I think the biggest takeaway from our talk with Jeff, two interesting things, that there's an entire sort of, I don't recall him right now, but like a foundation that they're actually setting up of point of reference, right, for what a healthy work environment means. And I think that's really great on the kind of a national, global scale. And also, I think the biggest takeaway for me was just having to take the initiative and educating yourself and figuring out ways that you, as somebody who's in charge of a work environment, right, can do things to help your employees and yourself be healthier. And just the scope of that is ginormous, particularly with COVID, right? How we can properly sanitize and maintain distance and all of these other things, really timely, but not to let, of course, your resources, the extent in which you can spend money or not. There's really creative ways to find these solutions. And I think that was my biggest takeaway from that particular talk.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. In my case, I'd like to comment on the conversation that I had with Nirit Rubenstein from Dublin. Two things stood out for me. Well, first, when I asked her about the title of or the topic itself was, which is at the time I thought it was like esoteric to say the least. You know, the 3-digit number that never sleeps. So that kind of intrigued me. So I did go ahead and ask Nirit what that number was, and of course, you know, the answer was the credit score. You know, our people's credit score, and so she said that it literally never sleeps because it's always changing. You know, folks are checking on you, or you know, creditors or banking, you know, loan offers. So the number is constantly changing. So that kind of led me into the second part because. Something that pulled my attention was the fact that, and this, not even me, I was not too aware of this, is that we touched on the COVID situation that all of us are going through, and then we mentioned, I asked her specifically, how do you think this is going to affect people and the credit score? So what is the relevance of what's going on? And she made it clear that people should start paying more attention to their credit scores, and how everything that's going on could affect them in the future, because of all the financial crisis and everything that where a lot of us are going through, and how that's going to affect our credit score, and we don't even realize it. It's like we're kind of forgetting that everything that's happening is going to affect people's credit scores for the most part. So we should pay attention to that, and that's when we talked about how Dovely can help folks stay abreast of their credit scores and even fix it when and if the time comes. So those two things really stood out for me during that conversation with Nirit Rubenstein from Dovely.
Yeah, very timely too, especially if you're planning to move. There's a lot of people moving, from major cities because remote work. They're like, what do I need to live in a big city for? You can work from anywhere, right? So that's happening. Mm-hmm. And you go house hunting and such, and you have to produce your credit report and your scores. And sometimes you find anomalies in there that are wrong, and you stay ahead of it by correcting it and having the tools to do that. It's just smart, especially if you're preparing yourself for mm-hmm. a move or a big purchase or anything of that nature. Even as a business owner, it can impact your ability to get credit as a business if you're a principal of the business, if there's some errors on there or if you're not managing that. So good shows. If you missed them, you can check them out anytime. They're on the nearsoft.dojo.com. I'm sorry, did I say that backwards? No, I said it right. .com site. You can check them out. All the interviews there. Dojo.nearsoft.com. I always say it backwards. Little dyslexic moment. You can check them out there, and there's hundreds of interviews there. You can look at them. There's also transcripts. If you don't want to look at the video, you can read about them. So, and speaking of shows, what do we got coming up this week, Carlos?
Absolutely, Tulio. Thank you. Tomorrow, we're going to be speaking with Hemant Sikaria, the founder and CEO of Cibros. The topic is also one of those esoteric and intriguing topics because he chose the software is eating your car. That's the title for tomorrow's conversation, folks. So defining the future of the software-defined car. I look forward to that. Then on Wednesday at 1 p.m., we have a conversation with, let's see who we have, Vic Chowdhury. I hope I got that right, from Buzz Synergy. That's a digital marketing agency. I don't have the topic yet, but it should be as interesting as pretty much all of Dojo Life's conversations. And Thursday, we have a conversation with James Briggs, the founder and CEO of AI Collaborator, and the topic is Collaborative Enterprise AI, or Unlocking the Global AI Innovations for Better Human Experiences. That's what we have for next week, folks, right here on Dojo Live. Don't miss them.